Hi. I think that Celine is a really good character in K-pop Demon Hunters. I think that she's one of the most interesting characters in the film because she's not a very good role model to Rumi, but I feel like her questionable behavior towards Rumi um, wasn't done out of any kind of evilness. It really felt like she really cared about Rumi and really wanted to make things right. And I feel like she was in a very stressful situation where Celine lost Rumi's mother, and then uh, she raised Rumi, and Rumi had uh, what I think it were demon pattern marks on her, and Celine had been trained to go after demons, but Rumi is the daughter of one of Celine's former teammates, and Celine, I think, was very close to Rumi's mother. I think they had a friendship that was likely as close to the friendship that Rumi has with Mira and Zoe. So I feel like Celine was in a very difficult situation, and I don't think she handled it very well. And I think that a lot of the conflict in K-pop Demon Hunters wouldn't exist if it wasn't for her questionable teachings. However, I don't think she's an unsympathetic character. And I feel like the scene where Rumi confronts Celine is one of the best scenes in the film. I think it's in my top five. I think it's such a well handled scene where it's very understandable why Rumi would feel so emotionally upset. And it feels like Celine is really struggling to figure out what to do in the scene. And it would have been very easy to make Celine the villain of the film and make her an unsympathetic character that was emotionally manipulative and rude and cruel towards Rumi and constantly said bad things to her. But in my opinion, it never feels like Celine intentionally says anything bad to Rumi. It feels like every bad thing that she ever said was done out of her difficulty to handle the situation. So I think that Celine has done some bad things, but I don't think she's a bad person overall. And I feel like K-pop Demon Hunters is a film that's so much about redemption when it comes to Rumi, the main protagonist of the film, and Jinu, who's a really prominent character in the film. And I would love to see a sequel explore Celine more as a character. I definitely want her to have more screen time in a sequel, and I would love to see her step up and admit that she messed up, and I would love to see her try to be a better mother figure than ever before, and I'd like to see her earn her redemption and really work incredibly hard for it. And I would love to see Rumi have a good parental figure in her life after all that she's gone through. Because I feel like Rumi still needs some guidance in her life, and I still feel like there's stuff that she needs to work through. And I feel like Mira and Zoe don't have a lot of people in their life, so I feel like Celine could really um, step up in a big way for all three members of Huntrix and be a better person and a better role model to them than ever before. I would love to see that explored. I don't want Celine to be forgotten and just treated like an irredeemable character. I want her to get a really good and earned redemption storyline. So I really hope that she gets a much bigger role in a sequel to K-pop Demon Hunters.